everyone, Diane here, also known as Mrs. U, and this is the June Stitch Marker Club edition of What's Inside. I'll be revealing to you the content of both the Treat Jar Club and the June Birthstone Club. So before I show you them, if you haven't received your boxes yet and you don't want any spoilers, it's best not to watch this. First I'm going to show you the Treat Jar Club. Because June is my birth month, I wanted something that kind of represents a party, the kind of food or treat you would expect to have or at a party, and also something that's fun. So here it is. You have a jar of jelly beans and also a party rings stitch marker. Now, the funny thing about this is, just as I was taking this out to set it up, I realized a mistake I made on the label. I put these label as, I don't know if you can see it here, as, okay, it's not really showing, but I put the label as jelly babies. For some reason, I had jelly babies on my mind when I was adding the labels, but obviously they're not jelly babies, they're jelly beans. Yes, I've just realized that now, so I might have to message everyone who is part of the club just to let them know, so they're not wondering why these jelly babies look like jelly beans. All right, so yes, so the party rings, obviously it's a party, and you know, you can't really have a party without party rings. And I was even able to do the texturing on the back. So I am very proud of myself for that. And I went for the light pink and darker pink version, because I think, even though I'm not a pink person, I do think that is a sort of classic design on the biscuit. And then the Progress Keeper itself, as I said, it's jelly beans, and you have an array of colours there with the label. No, focus isn't good on the forward facing camera, but I will put in pictures of everything in here. So yeah, so that was the June box. For July, I'm going for something more to do with summer fun. So if you haven't already signed up for the July box, you still have time to do so. If you check out my Instagram feed, I did some time ago post a picture that gave a little clue towards what the theme behind what the stitch markers are for July. Yeah, and if you don't know what this club is, I probably should have just said this at the beginning. In this club, you get a glass jar, as you can see, filled with a polymer clay treat, and you get an accompanying stitch marker. Now this is open to crocheters and knitters. So for crocheters, instead of getting the jump ring, you will just have another stitch marker, either this type of, another removable stitch marker, either this or a smaller version of this. So crocheters shouldn't have to miss out on this type of club. And I have checked throughout Instagram and online, and I haven't really seen another club like this. So as far as I know, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, as far as I know, this is a unique club. And wouldn't you love to have 12 of these mini jars filled with treats, just, you know, nicely displayed or even on use in your knitting? So do sign up if you want to have one of these. Sign up if you would like to have one of these. Onto the June Birthstone Club. Now with this particular club, you get stitch markers themed around the birthstone for that month. So June has 3 birthstones. You have Pearl, Alexandrite and Moonstone. Yeah, so with this I wanted to try and represent every single one of those birthstone. Pearl and Moonstone were the easiest to do, because Alexandrite is a very rare stone. It's a rare stone. It's a color changing one. The color changes depending on the type of lights that's shining on it. I wasn't able to get any Alexandrite itself. So instead, I just went for a Swarovski crystal that was Alexandrite colored, or however they interpreted Alexandrite. And what I ended up with was this. Again, I will put in pictures just so you can see a lot better. So the main progress keeper you have is this, which is made from freshwater pearls and has a crystal, Swarovski crystal in the middle. This bit I made myself. So
how is this so easy?
Then you have the Alexandrite Swarovski crystals there. Can you move back, please? Thank you. And that is sat on a circle, sort of irregular shaped disc. And then you have, can you move back, please? Moonstones. I have two sort of irregular shaped or bean shaped moonstones, and then you have a Swarovski pearl with the same irregular shaped disc there. Now with this club, all of the bindings that are used are sterling silver or gold plated sterling silver. So that's what you would have got if you signed up to the club. These particular ones aren't sterling silver, but this is just for sample purposes. But in this club, you will always get a set of stitch markers made from semi-precious stones or Swarovski crystals, and sterling silver or gold-plated sterling silver charms and bindings will always be used in that. And again, just generally searching online, I haven't seen any clubs that are really like this. The closest one I've seen is the Swarovski Stitch Marker Club that's done by, I think her name is Malika Wire on Instagram. She does do a Swarovski stitch marker where you get a set of, I think they're disc shaped Swarovski crystals, and you'll also get a charm with that, and that has its theme as well. I think different types of themes, so her ones really look really good, so do check that out as well. But other than that, I haven't really seen anything that's similar to this in terms of what you get. So again, if you would like to get something like this, do sign up. Both clubs are £10 for UK, and that does include shipping, so you are getting a bargain. And for internationals, you're right. For internationals, I always forget the price. I'll put it up there, but I believe it's £12.50. It's £12.50 for internationals. For this one, there is an option for crocheters, and as before with the treats jar one, you would just have the similar sort of lobster clasp stitch markers. The only difference with this is for crocheters, there is the price is different for crochets, just because of the increase in price in having to use the sterling silver lobster clasps, whereas with the other one there isn't much difference because it's not sterling silver. So that's the only thing that's different. But other than that, for both clubs, £10 for a set of stitch markers. One is themed around birthstones, and you get crystals, semi-precious stones. The other one is fun treats. I mean, come on, you might as well sign up to at least one of them. So yeah, so that's both of the stitch marker clubs. For July, the birthstone is ruby, and I have begun looking to see what things I can incorporate with that, so that would be fun to put together. So even if you don't have a July birthday, you might know someone who has a July birthday, or you might just like rubies or the colour red. This will be the club for you. So to sign up, you can click on the link in my bio on my Instagram page. I would have put details of that at the beginning, but I'll also have details in the description box. Or you can head over to the Etsy store. you'll have a form to fill in just to give me all the details. And if you do it through the Instagram link, I will then send you an invoice. If you do it through Etsy, you can just pay straight away. Then I'll send you the form to fill in just to get some extra bits of information. So yeah, nothing more I can say really. That's the June boxes for the Stitch Marker clubs. Very good. Sorry if I have been a bit distracted today. Somebody just wants to run around with toys trying to get in on this action. So yes, they are the Stitch Marker clubs. What was I just going to say now? You made me forget what I was going to say. If you would like some of my stitch markers but aren't able to join the Stitch Marker Club, you can also check out the other stitch markers that I have on Etsy. They are a mix of polymer clay based stitch markers and stone and crystal based. So I'm sure there's something you'll find there that you like. Well, that's all I have to say at the moment. Don't forget, I'll put details for sign-ups for the other two clubs in the description box. Join me back in July when I'll be revealing the contents of the July boxes, but obviously as you would have signed up, you would already know what's inside them. Hope you have a great day and I will see you soon. Bye.